Hello and welcome to that Peter Crouch podcast with me, Peter Crouch. Notorious SID and Chris start with me. How are we?
Very good, Erling.
Really
How are you?
Yeah.
Hey,
well,
he's trying to pinch it.
Well, you know, the thing is, it's like it's all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, it's
there,
part of my DNA.
Do we need to lawyer up?
I've got nothing left.
Are we strapping up? Are we having to?
I think we've got to be careful here. I just think
We lawyering up here.
I think we've got to lawyer up. He's come, mate. He's going to go down as one of the greatest goal scorers of all time. That could easily become his signature celebration unless we do something here.
Yeah, well,
don't we have a lawyer? I thought one of our listeners was a lawyer who sorted us.
Podcast lawyer. We have got a podcast lawyer. He stepped in a couple of times. Do you know when he stepped in? When we wanted to. Do you remember we wanted to do Crouchella?
That was it.
And Coachella actually got in touch with us and said we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
That was it. But
as if we were going to rival them or something.
I can't remember his name. We'll find him. But what we should get him to do is, you know when players leave the training ground and they sign a couple of autographs, right? We get a kid to serve him papers. You know,
straight through the window.
He won't be expecting that. Sign this.
Yeah.
And we'll get him there. I think we've got to go aggressive on this, Crouchy.
Yeah, I agree. That was like when I was talking about. Do you remember when I was banging to fraud? Do you remember right at the start of these podcasts?
Your
Like I
worst
said,
nightmare.
well, I just always assumed that's why I had a different signature, because I thought if someone just slips like sign this,
Done.
Bank agreement or mortgage. You sign them outside the window. That's why I had a different signature.
You're such a nice bloke, mate, but you've got to be careful in these situations because first they come for the robot and we said nothing. Then they come for the podcast and we say nothing. Next thing he's doing a podcast. Next thing he's got your wife and, your whole life's been plagiarised.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time.
We're going aggressive here, lads, but I do think there is probably legs in this that we can work together with Ireland and Man City.
So you're offering the carrot approach.
I think
naturally sits. So you're saying don't go for the stick.
I'm offering the olive branch first, and then, but then we'll attack.
So what are you suggesting, Sids? That actually, what would be nice is to kind of, the dream would be to get him on the podcast or at least some sort of acknowledgement here, right?
Yeah, I think that we should go down that avenue first. I think he'd want to do it. I think Man City would want to do it. They're playing well at the moment. I think it's something that's definitely got legs there to progress with. And then if they don't, then we go in hard.
What a player, man.
I do love him as a player, you know.
Yeah.
I think he's one of my. I think he could be my favourite in the Premier League to watch. Just love the way he plays the game. Really do.
Is it weird watching another striker do your robot though? Is it sort of a bit like how it is for me?
There were people out there before. I have to say, Sean Wright Phillips actually did it probably before me.
Oh, yes.
And there was people doing it in New York on the street in the 60s and 70s. So I didn't invent the robot. It was just looked quite funny when I did it.
But
I think
you've
that's
done
where
it
it came
best.
from. Well, I am pretty well known for it. But I have to say, I'm not the original. I just.
I remember Wrighty's one. I think that was in the City derby.
Yeah, it might well have been. It was nicely done.
Yeah.
Do you know who we need? Anton de Beek, right? To rate who did the better robot out the two.
Love it.
Give it a bit of
nice.
Strictly.
Well, he's not getting a 7 from me, that's for sure. He's getting higher than that. Yeah, there ain't no 7 here. I know that's Len Goodman, but not Anton de Beek before you jump on.
So what have we been up to, lads? You had a good week, yeah?
What have you been up to?
Yeah, I was in Orlando.
Yeah, looked great.
It was amazing, yeah. With Universal. It was sensational. I don't know if you've been out there recently. There's a lot going on.
There's loads.
They got there's like 4 parks.
It's brilliant. I loved it. I was there last year I was there. Great.
Yeah,
really good.
Really good. I mean, Sunrise. Did you go on, let me tell you, Stardust? Did you go on that?
No.
Stardust and the Velocicoaster.
Velociraptor, is it?
Velocicoaster.
That and Hagrid.
Their
ride.
Incredible. Oh, Hagrid.
Sorry.
Chris, Hagrid's unbelievable.
I've never been.
You'd love it. You'd love it.
You would love it.
Talk to me about Hagrid.
Oh, Hagrid's unbelievable. So you're basically on a bike, right? And you've got a little sidecar. But obviously I couldn't fit in the sidecar. So my little boy's got in that. And you're on a bike, but it's a roller coaster.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's mega.
Yeah.
And Stardust was off the charts.
You had a good week, though. You enjoyed it.
Good week, mate. Yeah.
Did you golf with Polt as
A
well?
little bit of golf with Ian Poulter over there. Yeah.
That's outrageous. You said last time we spoke that might be on the cards, and it happened, did it?
Yeah. We had 9. I went up. I was up in one. He gave me a shot hole, obviously, but I was up in through 3 or 4. I think I was 1 up, and then he demolished me.
A shot? Is that it?
Yeah,
that's a bit harsh.
I was a hole. 1 shot per hole, so 9. I threw 9.
I still think that's pretty good from you.
Yeah. Well, I was quite pleased. I hit the ball all right. There was a couple of shanks in there, but I played quite well. I was quite pleased.
Yeah. No, good for you, mate.
There was some real dog shit in there, but there's some good stuff.
It sounds like you've navigated half term beautifully.
Yeah,
you did a great one.
Good theme park, bit of golf. Managed to escape for golf. Have you managed to avoid the 6-7 thing doing the rounds at the moment?
No, we were doing that every day.
God, it's tiring.
I don't get it, if I'm honest.
Do you know what does me?
I still don't get it.
I
still don't get it.
I was enjoying it because I was with the kids and they were loving it.
Yeah.
And people kept asking me, because I'm in America. Oh my God, man, how tall are you? 6'7". Yeah.
Come on, mate.
I couldn't help doing it.
You know your comments on the next pod are going to be Steve 6'7".
Oh, fucking hell.
It's one of them.
Do it just for us.
What, 6'7"?
Yeah.
But what is it? I
I've no idea.
If I don't know what it is.
You don't want to sign up to something you don't know what it is.
I just don't get it.
No,
Well, I don't get it either,
No one does.
Does it actually mean you don't know what it is? Like you're in, it's a 6 or 7.
Honestly, mate, I think it's no. I don't think it's even that. I think it's from something probably like a meme or something like that, and it's a generational thing. Ultimately, we're too old to understand it. That is just the truth of it.
That's the truth of the matter.
I'm stumped.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's funny when people ask me my height because that's obviously
perfect for you, isn't it?
So my kids were buzzing off it, so
Love that.
I was happy with it.
Love that.
Yeah, just before we move on to the games quickly, Sid, obviously your memorial post, we've been inundated with various crackers here from the fans. We've got Grieve Sidwell, Steve is alive and well. Steve bid farewell.
That's my favourite.
It's nice. It's nice. The notorious RIP.
Yeah.
Steve lived well. We've got bereaved Sidwell. Steve Stillwell. Red and buried. Steve wasn't well. Red and buried. Steve sleep well. And Steve Sid Whale.
The reason I hate it's good we have a laugh for this stuff, right? But these are the comments that would happen should the worst happen. And I often think my association with barbecues will meet the same sort of thing. You know, I do worry about when I pass about the Peter Crouch podcast Instagram.
I know what you mean. The thing is with me is like, you know that floodlight that keeps coming out, you know, when they're carrying the floodlight and it says, I've died. That will be everywhere, won't it?
It will.
There he is. Rest in peace, big man. But is it not a good thing to be remembered?
It's good to be ahead of it, I think.
Also, put a smile on people's faces. When you pass, it's a sad time for most of your family. You know, let's have a laugh about that.
I agree,
about
mate.
these things.
We'll do a big old Crouch Fest or something, will we? It's not a nice thing to talk about, but in a way it's nice to be alive and seeing the comments.
I'm alive and kicking. I appreciate the comments and I
You're just
appreciate
doing football escape, Sid. That's what you're doing.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm here. Talking about picking things up, the Podski. We mentioned that a long time ago.
The Lucas.
Yeah.
The Lucas. I believe there is legs in this. There is a bit of traction in this, and I think we're looking out for listeners to get involved and throw some ideas in. Is that right as well? Because I think this is really probably a goer for the ski season, which is going to be in full swing soon.
I've never been skiing, but Lucas does sound fun.
Lucas's game is a lot of fun, mate. It's definitely a lot of fun. Something we'll get on to as well, just developments in the paint. We were doing the Hancock paint. Have you gone for your wall yet?
The irony is my office where I was in when we did that Babe Station stuff, it does ironically look like a tan cock.
Does it?
I don't know how it's happened. It's a coincidence. So the paint is done. I can always repaint it at the worst, but I think the idea of having a podcast paint is actually really what I want to get to. I believe there's some murmurings around that.
Yeah, well, listen, we've reached out to Farrow and Womble, Dulux, Johnston's, and Leyland and Crown Paints have all been reached out to. So whoever gets back kind of first, will create a Tancock paint.
And just in a bit of other news, can't get over the coincidence. You know, I taught you both about what 3 words.
Yes.
I hosted a pub quiz last week.
Oh, developing news.
We got breaking news.
Breaking news.
Get a yellow sticker
Get a yellow
up.
bar up.
Breaking news.
Who is it? Brendan Rodgers been sacked. Right, so this is breaking news on the podcast. This is the first
Never
time
done
ever on
this.
breaking news on the Crouchy podcast. Breaking news. Okay, we've got a message here. Hi there, hope you're well. I've come to work this morning and had messages from 10 people in our team who have listened to the Peter Crouch podcast and heard he wants to make a paint colour. Turns out that's something I can make happen. I'm the senior brand manager for Valspar Paint and could very easily help get the colour matched and mixed. If this is an opportunity, still an opportunity, please let me know and we'll set up a Teams call. That's from Lucy at the team. Okay, Valspar.
Great, they're big guns.
Oh,
actually.
yeah. They sound.
Your thoughts on Valspar, Steve?
Well, first come, first serve. No, I think we're in.
Well, I mean, that's fantastic news.
Huge breaking news.
Tankot could go.
I mean, listen, this is breaking news,
Yeah.
so there'll be more developments on that story as we get it.
Love that.
But
very quickly on the what 3 words thing, hosting a pub quiz last week.
Yeah.
And the guy who wrote all the questions for the pub quiz invented what 3 words.
No way.
and he
does pub quizzes on the side. That's like whoever created Tinder running karaoke nights. Mental.
Did you speak to him?
Yeah, because he
No way.
wrote all the questions for this pub quiz I was doing. It was like a charity pub quiz.
What's he like?
Yeah, just like
Someone
sort of real lovable kind of quizzy nerd, I guess.
Love it.
He writes the questions for that show Only Connect and wanted me to pass on that he created what 3 words after
Amazing.
he heard that we talked about it on the podcast.
What's the chances of that?
That's
that you bumped
insane.
into him?
That's a massive
All the
app.
people.
that is insane. That is.
Insane.
Well, you know, just on that subject, Chris, we got a load back in from various podcast listeners in southern Algeria. Pods back stronger.
Wow.
You can stand in southern Algeria. Pods back stronger, apparently. Pods massive puddings. That's in Norway. Crouch Striker Tall is in northern China. It's bordering Kazakhstan.
Oh, great. We need to get there. If anyone can get a photo in one of these places, that's
Look
that's
at
the
this
dream.
one. Look at the next one.
We got Stark Radio Host. That's in Lando River Crossing in Texas.
No way.
Stark Radio Host.
No way.
We've got Civ Slidwells. It's not quite the same, but it's the closest we could get. That's in Rolo Kangri, and that's close to the Tibetan region of China.
I love that. That's brilliant.
Superb. All right. Well, thanks for your messages. Another torrid week for me, lads. I'm really struggling here. I got just 1 point. Chris, you got 3, and Sid, you got 2. So that puts me on 18 adrift. Chris is on 23 and Sid, your lead on 24.
Is that the second time you've done that in consecutive weeks where you've taken 3 points?
I've
him.
snatched them.
You have,
he's
yeah.
looking to. He's nearly got them, and then I swoop in. At
But
the
that's
last
the
minute.
difference, is to find margins. That's such a blow for me.
You need a big week.
Fucking hell, man. I'm past bluey now. I might need surgery.
What's the next thing?
I'll have to go under.
Oh, no.
I don't know what's happening.
Oh, no. It's a big week, lads.
Well, it's a huge week.
What is the points, did you say?
The points are I'm on 18.
Yeah.
Chris is on 23 and Sid's on 24.
All right, so you're 6 points adrift.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's just fly straight into this week's fixtures then. The big weekend fixtures supported by Paddy Power.
Yes.
Manchester City versus Liverpool. I mean, notoriously, the biggest game in recent history in English football, like certainly for the league title for the last however many years, but not so the case at the moment.
Yeah.
Liverpool did obviously bounce back. Man City are definitely up there. 2 teams who you would class still in the title race, but Arsenal are streaking ahead at the moment.
Yeah, last 5 meetings, Liverpool have won 2 draws, and Man City have won 1. I mean, yeah, Liverpool have had a bounce back, haven't they? They still don't look the well-oiled machine.
No, they didn't. I definitely think them bringing back, obviously, Gravenberch come back, but that midfield for me is their strongest midfield.
Yeah.
Szoboszlai,
Agree.
Gravenberch, McAllister.
Yeah.
I also think Robertson coming back was a big...
Yeah, agree.
And I actually think the 2 best fullbacks at the moment are Conor Bradley and Andy Robertson. I think Frimpong and Kirkes will be great players.
Yeah.
But at the moment hasn't...
Bedding.
Yeah, I definitely think it was a lot more it was a lot calmer with Andy Robertson left back. We played really well, and he had a difficult season last year, but I think he's back stronger.
But if you lose a Trent as well, do you think there's a stability that comes from having Robbo there as well?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think Paul Merson said this on the weekend that I think they've not valued how much they're going to lose Trent. They've got obviously the front players in, but I think they've not heavily relied, because he wasn't a major way in terms of their tactics and their game plan, but what he done in games, they've missed.
But I said this before, like those two fullbacks were massively integral to what Jurgen Klopp was.
Yep.
If you think about, do you remember they used to like cross to each other at one stage? It was like the most assists. Yeah. Like there was a period where
they was having assist off.
They were, weren't they? Right? Yeah. It was amazing. And you take that out of a team, that's gonna be detrimental. I think even Isak's struggled for fitness and form. Wirtz has been the same.
Yep.
But it will click and it will come.
Who's favourite in this game, mate? What are we saying?
Favourites are Man City are favourites with 17-20.
Yeah.
Tenner gets you £18.50. Strong favourites. Liverpool 11-4. £37.50. You get off a tenner. A repeat of last meeting was 2-0 Liverpool. 18-1. You can get on that, which seems big odds.
Wow. Okay.
Seems big odds.
What's the people saying, mate?
Just having a look right now. Dennis Pepper has gone for City 4, Liverpool 1. Great name.
That is a peppering.
JT is on here.
Is he? What's he said?
Not your JT.
Timbers.
Did you see him rapping the other day, by the way?
Yeah.
Rapping?
The Ballers thing.
He was rapping on the Baller League.
He walked out, didn't he? With
Ginger's in trouble.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw someone rapping. I didn't know he was rapping.
Not with he was with Ardy.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, JT is saying, top pod lads, keep up the good work, get involved in more Scottish chat. Check out Aberdeen's new director of football. What's the story there? Have I said something really controversial?
Can we get him up?
Why is that a thing?
Aberdeen's director of football.
Fanasteel.
Is it pronounced Fanny still? Is that why they...
Fanasteel.
I might be wrong. It might be the pronunciation of the name, but please do let us know, JT. And Matt Chubbster.
The Chubbster's back in.
The Chubbster. Have we spoken about Chubbster
before?
Yeah.
You buzzed off Chubb last time.
Did I?
Yeah, last week.
Okay, well, Matt Chubb's gone for a 1-1. So tempted to go with him. I don't know. It's sort of... I don't know if Liverpool been a bit too written off in this game. With them
it looks so with the odds.
Look at that.
2-0 is 18-1.
You got a fancy Man City at home.
I know my score. I'm going with, I think Manchester City 2-1, which pains me to say it. It pains me to say it, but Liverpool score, I think City at the moment might be a little bit too strong. I like the team they picked, Liverpool in the last game against Villa. Did feel that hopefully they can bounce back. Yeah. And I hope I'm wrong in some ways. But my head rules my heart 2-1.
Good score. Chris?
I don't know. I'm half tempted to drop a Desmond here, go for a 2-2. But then I do think City on their last performance are just a little bit too strong. What are you going for?
2-1 City.
2-1 City.
My main thing out of this game is I just don't want any more robots. Like, I don't want it to become a thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just go back to that one was great, wasn't it? You know, the old
sort of Buddha.
Yeah. The Buddha one, you know, that was fine. Just do that. Just let me have it.
2-1's good.
Let's serve him papers and then have it.
Oh, it's 2-2 or 3-1. That's so hard. What are you going for?
It is a difficult one because I do think Liverpool will score, but do I see City scoring 3? I don't know. I'm gonna. Do you want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go 2-0. I know I've just said Liverpool will score, but I'm gonna go 2-0. 2-0 Man City.
So 2-0, 2-1. I'll go. You're 2-1. I'll go 3-1 then.
What? We've all gone for Man City.
All gone City.
Boys, I've had a change of heart here. I'm going to go Desmond. I've just seen a couple of messages from people. I think I need to do something different.
All right.
Okay.
Nicely done.
Maybe.
Okay. Okay. We do have the Paddy's Boost where we pick a crouch, a leg of the Crouch Pod bet builder. The odds on that bet builder then boosted by 20% and put on the Paddy Power specials section of the website or app. If I go for a player to score first, who do you reckon I'm going to go for?
Does that lose you money if he scores?
Oh, God knows. I genuinely think, I don't know the exact odds because we're recording it slightly before that. The exact odds of Haaland to score any time goal scorer have got to be the lowest of all time of any player.
Surely.
Yeah.
I would have thought.
Yeah.
Any time scorer. I mean, I'm going to go for him first because that does put me in some sort of credit.
Yeah.
First goal scorer, it's got to be some sort of odds. So I'm going to go for Haaland to score first.
Okay, I'll go for a player to be carded. I'm going to go for Gravenberch because he's back now. So Gravenberch for Liverpool.
Okay, cool. And I'm going to go player to have 2+ shots on target. Mo Salah.
Well, that feels pretty safe, that one. Well, the odds are correct at the time of recording. Please gamble responsibly. Moving on to what I feel like is our podcast team now.
Yeah.
Sunderland. I don't know why we've incorporated them because we backed them from the start.
Yep.
We're big fans of what Jack has done so far this season and his interviews, and they are playing Arsenal. What do we?
And they're at home as well, and their home form is good. I've been really impressed with Sunderland. I think I mentioned them last week. I covered them against Chelsea. They was outstanding. They were really, really good defensively, really good. And at home, we've played there. It's when they get going up at Sunderland, it's a decent fans, isn't it? They get behind them.
Is this a bridge too far for them?
I think so.
I'd love to
It pains me to say
Sunderland.
this because I know Arsenal fans are on me as well, but this could be their season. This could
Why
be
are
theirs.
Arsenal fans on you?
They remember they always get on him, don't they? They always say he's
say,
negative.
"Don't
That's because I think sometimes you come across
I'm anti-Arsenal.
a bit negative towards Arsenal.
I think there's a lot of people that are a bit negative towards Arsenal. I don't, other than not winning it yet.
Yeah.
I do think there's a negativity. I think they've built something pretty special there. I think they're defensively they're brilliant.
Oh yeah,
they signed in the summer really well.
This is their season to lose. It is their season to lose the title.
I'll be honest, I'd love it. I'd love it if they did lose it.
But they lost it.
Yeah, I'd love it.
I think in every friendship circle, the thing is, it comes down to who supports what team. And like, I've got a couple of Arsenal mates who I sort of would love them to.
Well, it's Jamie's behind the camera here now. I'm saying that really for his benefit.
Exactly that. But if you're an Arsenal fan, it does feel like this is such a good opportunity this season, and
Well, it did just be because I feel like it's in their hands massively now. It would be. It's not. I'd love it. I would have a right smile on my face if it did go.
I think you're right. There is one. You have one or two Arsenal fans always in your circles, and they. For me, they think they invented football. That's where. No, I'm not talking about like in general. Like my Arsenal friend, like my mates, they like it's like boys, you didn't invent football.
Are you quite protective of that time where you were in Arsenal and it was that team and that sort of golden era? Special. And actually, does that serious question? Does that in some way make you not as how can I put this? Like,
I love Arsenal. Honestly, I love Arsenal.
But do you love Arsenal so much then that it clouds your judgment with them a bit now?
Maybe.
Because it was an incredible time.
Is it like a previous girlfriend that you're seeing a...
No. I can see where you two are going. I can see where you two are going. No, it's not. It's not. I just think from where they were to where to not recently, they've had a bit of a dip, and now they're back.
They are
really
back.
See them back.
And I not being negative towards Arsenal. I think they will win it. I think they're a very good side.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so exciting to watch at the moment with them, and so many bits to their game that he's just. I love watching them. I love watching them.
They look the strongest so far.
But this is, I think you are right to have a think about back in Sunderland.
Well, I just think that they are due a slip up. They are due.
They are, and I think it's this sort of game.
I think that's what I mean. I think going there, the crowd would be up for it. The players, it's their cup final. I need something big.
You do.
And I'm going to go with Sunderland 1-0.
No.
Oh, that's so good.
This could be the end of me. I'm willing to die on this sword.
Wow.
I'm going to go. It's a missionary or a threer for me. I'm afraid I'm going to have to go 2-1 Arsenal.
Okay.
This could be such a moment. I think we should all tune in.
I'm going, and I genuinely believe this. I'm going to go for a draw. So you've gone Arsenal.
Yeah, I've got Sunderland.
Sorry,
No,
you've got
he's got
Sunderland.
Sunderland.
You've gone Arsenal.
Great.
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Right, that's
cat amongst the pigeons.
That is big.
Right, here's the game. Spurs versus Manchester United. Spurs struggled at home.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really disappointing display against Chelsea.
That was
I think
poor.
I think it was one. I don't know if they had a shot on
It
target.
was really poor.
We might have been one shot the whole game.
Bad.
Kudos.
Did you see the after the Jed Spence and?
I did, yeah.
Oh,
been
no,
walked
what was this?
The manager Thomas Frank walked on straight after the whistle. Went to shake a hand. Did he go to shake hands or to speak to him?
I think he went to say go and applaud the fans. They were like, no.
They just walked straight past him.
Walked in.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
It didn't look good. That I didn't like that.
I think there might be more context to it. I don't know what, but it didn't look good. But yeah, Spurs were really, really poor. Really poor. Have Man United turned the corner?
Yeah, I like them. Obviously, no, they dropped points at the weekend, but
Yep.
it was a great finish from Ahmad, wasn't it? I like the front three. There is definitely, it does feel like they've turned the corner, and I do think it could become a little bit hostile. Especially being at Spurs.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing this game. Really looking forward to being there.
Is this the early kickoff?
Oh, it's the early one.
Or is it the late one?
I haven't checked the kick-off time, but I am doing the game. So I better check that beforehand. But yeah, I do think it'll be an interesting game, this. And, you know, with it being at Tottenham, I think, you know, there is a little bit of unrest. They were booed off at the end there. So they need to start well. I think that could prove a problem for them.
This is tough because everyone in the DMs is saying Tottenham win.
Really, everyone.
And I really think United will win this.
Does this result rely on that fella getting his hair cut? Or
Well, that's a good.
is it done? Oh, of course, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Well, so it's back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah. Just quickly talking of hair, is anyone doing Movember?
Yes.
Are you doing one?
Yes.
Seriously? You're just going to just...
This is going to go,
I'm
mate.
going to go
Upstairs
for it,
and downstairs, or just upstairs?
Well, I never thought of downstairs, yeah.
Movember downstairs.
Well, no, because I struggle to grow a conventional tash.
do I.
So I don't know if it's just better to
But
just...
how's anyone going to know? Can't do it before and after, can you?
Wow, I've never thought of that.
I never thought of that.
No.
That's Fanuary.
Right, okay. Let's come back to that. I'm gonna go for a Manchester United
He's
win.
gone, we lost him.
I'm gonna go for a United win. I'm gonna go 2-1 for Man United, please.
Man United win.
Yeah,
Great.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do here. I'm really
I
struggling.
think this is really tough.
I've really struggling.
Was it genuinely a bad atmosphere at Spurs?
Yeah.
Was it?
Well, they booed
It's
off at the
Chelsea
end,
Spurs, isn't it, as well? And they played really bad. They played really, really bad.
I'll do Spurs 2-1.
Okay, I'm going to go for 2-2.
Oh, it's another one as well.
This is
great.
a very exciting week. This
This is
week.
great.
This feels big for me this week. I need some points on the board here. I've been robbed the last few weeks.
You have. Yeah.
All right. Let the games commence.
Boys, we've recorded earlier today in the day, and you've done me a favour because I'm going up to Birmingham tonight for I'm actually doing the FA Cup draw.
Oh,
doing
you
the
really?
FA Cup draw.
Well, I hope at the time people get to hear this, you've done something funky with
Well,
it.
this
You go
is
and
what-
watch Stuart?
Well, this is perfect time to get some advice. It's one of them where, for me, we know football heritage, nostalgia. It's huge. I'm actually really excited for this, but I don't want to obviously make a mock of it as well.
No, of course.
Of course not. No,
So
you
I
don't
need to do
that.
something, or not do something at all.
Do you know what your role is? Are you mixing the balls?
What do you mean? I think
You're going to put your hand in and shake it up, and then go in and pick them. one at
Yeah,
a
I think we're going to get the sack, put the balls in, rummage.
What about if you get a 6 or a 7 out? Just give us
that's-
all
I think that was done before.
Has that been done?
I think that was
there was
done
a kid
before.
in the background of the.
I think
last
Mikel
draw, you're
Antonio
right.
did it before in the previous round.
It's gone. It feels like it's gone, that one, isn't it?
I don't want to sort of,
No,
throw
do
it,
it down.
dab. in.
No.
There's only so many ways you can pick a ball out.
It needs to be subtle.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. You can't get out with your feet.
Come on, lads, I can't run amok in this. This is the institution of the FA football. Look, listen, I'm just going to keep it cool. I'm just going to go in and just going to be myself.
I'm trying to think what we can do.
Listen, the man.
Picking out one solo ball is a lovely homage to me as well, given the year I've had.
He's had a real tough year since.
So maybe just for one of them, you could just pick it out and just bow your head or something. I don't know what it would be.
I'll do that. I'll pay homage.
Yeah. Well,
would you like me to do that?
I don't know how you
First ball you pick out, just a little like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before you read the number. It's number 7.
Do you want me to do that or say the number first and then?
Yeah,
bow
maybe
down.
beforehand.
Yeah, or you say one. Yeah, or you say the one ball.
If I get the one ball,
but then
if
you're
I'm lucky
saying the
enough,
number, and then it's going to get confusing because you've basically announced number 1. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to get yourself in
but
problems
if I get
there.
the number 1 ball, I will definitely pay homage to that one.
When he pulls out number 1 out of the thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Or you can just put it back in its little case and just give it like that.
No, because it's not. It's a positive. It's actually a positive thing that this podcasters embrace.
You're paying homage.
Talking about
Okay.
it. So yeah, but okay. Or do you hold it up, tuck it down? do you tuck it down and then hold it up?
No, because it looks like I'm cheating then. Because there's a rehearsal and everything,
that's
isn't
true,
there?
Yeah. No, it's a serious thing. It's like it's quite nerve-wracking.
I get that, mate. Any ideas? Anyone?
I'll just pay homage.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
are you going to pay? What do you mean pay homage?
Well, it's just a little
I'll
tell you what. When you pull out the one ball, quick kiss. Then
I
onto the
can't
thing.
do that.
Why not?
Because you can't.
That's fine.
You
'Cause
can't
that's
do
true.
that.
They'll do you.
You
They'll
kiss
do you.
the one
No.
ball.
They'll do you.
What if I put it down and scratch my nuts?
There we go.
See that.
There we go. We can see that. We're allowed that. Surely we're allowed that. Little scratch.
I just worry that relies on the camera picking that up.
I'm
No
just going
one's
to bow my head for homage for you.
See how it feels.
All right.
I think dream scenario is one ball picked out, quick kiss onto the display. Only on ball 1. They won't even notice it. They won't notice it.
You can't do
It's
it.
up by your face anyway. Okay. Hold up the one, do it slightly higher and just let your lips go forward to it. You don't technically kiss the ball.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That.
All right. Okay.
Just the forward motion of
On
the
ball
hand.
number 1.
Of the
Well, let's see
face.
if I get ball number 1.
Right, lads, we have a European Championship winner.
Yeah.
We have a Golden Glove winner.
Yes.
A World Cup finalist. It's Mary Earps. Right, ladies and gentlemen, Mary Earps.
Hello,
Hi.
hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks. So you just jetted in from Paris.
Just for you.
Yeah. No, I know that's
It's on your dime, innit? That's what I
not
heard.
true. I know that's not true.
The invoice is coming in later.
You've got far more important things to do, I'm sure.
No.
But how is it out there, by the way?
It's good. It's really good. I mean, Paris is an amazing city. I feel really lucky to live there and obviously play for such an amazing club. And they had a great year last year, which was unreal to kind of watch how that played out. Yeah, I feel it's good. It's really good.
How does that come about? How did you find out about them wanting to sign you, and how does it happen?
Sort of towards the end of the season, I was making my decision and I was weighing it up, and then in the end, I kind of got to the point where I just felt I needed to try something different and push myself out of my comfort zone. And yeah, so I went for it.
Now I've heard you speaking on various other bits and pieces that you didn't kind of know where you were going to be. You took almost like a break out of football and then came right back into it and did so incredibly well, obviously internationally and stuff like that.
Yeah, a bit of an accidental break, I feel like.
Yeah,
Was it?
what happened there, and why did you feel like that?
Yeah, it sort of, all fell into the time of COVID as well, where the world felt like it was on fire. And I got dropped from the national team sort of like early 2020. And then, yeah, we went into COVID, and that kind of took my life into a little bit of deep darkness that I didn't anticipate being in. And I had to really kind of reevaluate like what I was doing and thinking and what I was going to do with the rest of my life, because like women's football is so different to men's football. It's obviously come such a long way, but it's still very much in its growth phase. And that like I lost like part of my salary basically. I And then I couldn't pay the bills. Like I was in credit card debt, and like I was having to, I mean, exclusive, but it's in the book as well. Like I had to like sell stuff on eBay to try and like be able to pay my rent and afford to like, get by, which, you know, we all do stuff like that, but people don't expect that when you're a footballer. And so, then it was kind of a real point in time where I didn't take a break. I was still playing, like, obviously everything closed down with COVID, but.
And where were you at the time?
Man United at the time. So I was really, I had to really think about whether I was going to extend, or I've got a business degree as well. So whether I was going to try and use that and just, give it up and just be like, no, come on, you've tried, you're not good enough, and crack on. That was kind of the point I was at. So,
do you feel like that was like been the whole basis of your career? Like me and Pete have said it before, where we've all had ups and downs, but it was more like our sort of Crouchy was, where, you know, he was not ridiculed, but like that, obviously how his appearance and stuff. And then me, I always had to find that I always had to sort of prove people wrong. Like, was that the same with you in your career? Like, it was never just like a plain sailing. You was always going to be a footballer. It was always more dips than you've had to sort of go up again. Yeah,
I was roommates with Tony Duggan, and she always told me, like, you have more lows than you do highs in football. And I thought that is absolute crap, that, isn't it? Why am I playing this game that I love if I have more lows than highs? But I look back and think, I do. I've had much more lows than highs, and I think that's just kind of how my careers fell. I know other people, you know, we've all had teammates and they just seem to like walk on rainbows and gold, and you think, how does it just work out so perfectly? And I feel like it's been a proper struggle the whole time. But I also like look at it and think I'm really grateful for that, because it's made me who I am. And I also think it's the reason why I've had the success that I've had, is because I've had like a lot of like the same problems as a lot of people, even though I've lived this glamorous football life. Do you know what I mean? People can relate to me a lot more.
But also, I think as the game has sort of soared in popularity, I think you telling your story is, I think people are so invested in so many of you now.
Fine,
thing
that's
to be doing.
No, listen, you'll get used to this. This podcast works differently. We have ice cream vans. I think there's a dump truck out there, and someone's just rang the bell. But we just carry on.
But
Ever the professionals, I like it. Continue.
Do you feel like being honest and getting these stories out there can actually show a bit more under the bonnet and show what you've all had to go through? And there's a very surface level understanding, I think, to a lot of your personalities. And I think, I mean, you are so honest in this book, aren't you? And what you've been talking about.
But yeah, like I think what has come from my success, so that time that you were talking about where it went a bit crap and then came back up, I think I found my success came when I was just myself. I was able to communicate honestly, like, and it's hard to have conversations with your managers, your teammates, or like people in industry. Like, navigating professional relationships is never easy. There's ups and downs, as there is in personal relationships. But I found that my success came when I was more open and vulnerable, and I spent a lot of my life being very closed. And I think that that's what I've tried to do in this book. I know it's unusual for someone to write a book who's still playing, but I've always gone about my life and career a bit differently. So I guess why change that now? But I guess it depends what people think, because if they start burning up and saying it's the worst thing I've ever done, then maybe I'll have to just
listen. There's a lot of talk about
again.
this book, though. I mean, there's a lot of hype at the moment around it. Did we have Tony Duggan on the podcast? I can't remember if we had her on the podcast or if she, I don't know, like was on the phone at some point on Zoom.
She's done bits and pieces.
Mary, like a few times we've done this podcast, we've been absolutely steaming as well. And I seem to remember
well, that's
Tony,
the only reason I said I'd come on, to be honest. I'm a bit disappointed. No,
I seem to remember Tony on at some point in some capacity. What was she like rooming with? Because she seems like such a laugh.
She is. I wouldn't be surprised if she's been in and about. She's just such a great person.
Yeah.
Obviously, she was a fantastic footballer as well, and she also helped bring me out of my shell. Like, she was my first roommate at senior level, and as I say, I was very close. Like, I found it hard to be honest, and like, you know, I felt always a bit, because of different things that I've experienced in my life, I felt always like a bit of the outsider, and she really brought me in and made me feel like that she had time for me, and I really, really appreciated that, and we still keep in touch now, and she's such a good person.
Yeah, well, you've been so successful internationally, and we've, you know, been well documented. You know, my time playing for England was, classed as the golden generation of 2005 to kind of 2010. That's when I played. And some of the players I played with were unbelievable. But why was it that you managed to get things over the line, you know, to win things and maybe we didn't? I mean, what was it? What was the differences, would you have said?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you guys like went through and kind of your experience in the changing room and on the pitch and stuff. But I think from my experience and what we did in 2022, I think it came together. We found a way. Like there was obviously a lot of preparation, and I think people probably just think, oh, well, you just have to work harder. And it's not really like that. It's a lot of different things. I think we had a great togetherness. I think in 2022, the culture was one of the best cultures I've ever been a part of in my whole football career. And we really enjoyed it. And it was hard work. I don't know why we got it over the line. And in that sense, I just think that I'm just so glad that we did. And we did it in a home tournament. I think what it's done for women's football has just been unbelievable, especially.
That time, though. But like, it's so funny. When you talk about selling things on eBay and being at a point, I remember trying to get one of your goalkeeper tops with your name on.
Oh, yeah.
And getting one on eBay. It just seems like a very full circle thing that you would be at one point in your career doing that.
Yeah.
To like, it was like gold dust trying to get hold of one. Also, it reminds me of that video of your parents. Was it? They were on the train.
Being sassy, weren't they?
This was so good. They got interviewed by random.
They did, yeah. And they were in their yellow and green goalkeeper tops, I think they were.
Love it.
Like, the support of your parents, I imagine, has always been throughout your career and an important part of it. You always say this as well, Pete, like with your dad. Yeah. How much did they kind of push you into football and sort of support you through this?
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't say they pushed me into football. I think my brother and my dad always played football in the back garden, and that was, I think it's a natural thing, isn't it, really? And I was watching from the window and was inside with my mum, and I one day just wanted to go and join in and get involved. I felt left out, and I did, and I loved it. And I then tried to join his training sessions, but I couldn't because of like girls and boys couldn't mix, and then found a local girls team. So I think my dad like helped guide me and make decisions when I couldn't, you know, when I'm like 10, I can't find a team for myself, but they never pushed me into it. I think they were keen to not push me into it because maybe like me and my dad were really close when I was young, and he probably felt like he was trying to push me. Maybe he wanted to see how like that I really loved it myself, and as soon as he could see that, he just tried to give me every opportunity, you know, drive me everywhere. Like I wouldn't be in this position without them, no way, and their sacrifice, no
Because
chance.
I never know what to do as a parent in this position. Like I've got a little girl who's 10, loves football. Yeah. Should I be doing sort of Project Earps with her right now?
I think you should. Just throw some things at her and see if they stick.
I don't know what I should be doing as a dad.
To be fair, it's not only you, there's probably a lot of our listeners as well that have got kids and girls, young girls. And like my little girl, she loves football, but it's the process now and it is getting better and bigger. But for boys, it's an easy transition in terms of going from a Sunday league and the pathway into a pre-academy or an academy. But for young girls now, for us and for listeners, how would you say is best to probably transition their young girls of football?
You know what? It's a hard one because I don't even really know what the pathway looks like too much now. There are a lot more academies and RTCs and stuff like that. When I was young, there wasn't. I went on trial for my first like proper team really at like 13, 14 probably. That's when I got into Leicester.
Did you have to start in a boys team first of all?
Yeah, I started with my brother's team. But I wasn't, so I trained with them a bit, but I wasn't allowed to play games. Yeah. So then obviously when you love the game, you want to play matches. You don't just want to train. So that's when I found a local girls team and kind of went from there. But it was all Sunday league. Like I had no experience of academies, and you know, boys are signed up so young. I mean, it goes to like 5 or 6, like driving to academies. And I think, you know, it's the scouting process and talent ID and all of that. Like I think that's come a long way in the women's game. And eventually it was like school trials, county trials, like that kind of thing, national trials, and then it escalates from there. But as you say, without my parents like driving me to these things, like some of them weren't local, you know, it's not like you're walking down the road. And it was also different. Like my brother used to go around to the local pitch, like field, and there'd be loads of boys playing and he could just join in straight away. And that's also not the reality for girls. You've got to travel further to have that sort of experience.
Did you ever play like with your you were saying about playing in the garden maybe, but like when you're playing on a part and your brother's playing, like, did you ever join in with them?
Yeah.
Or was there ever like a bit of a stigma like, well, hold on, what's your sister doing?
Yeah, probably. But to be fair, my brother never made like a big deal of it, and neither did my dad. So I always liked playing with boys growing up as well, because they were faster, stronger, and it was always a challenge. And I was that girl who was like, no, go on, I'll have a bit of that. And I think that, I had a really supportive family, like, and I played with my brother and some of his friends. And then when I was about 15, 16, I joined like playing my dad's 5-a-side, 7-a-side. Oh my God, I loved that so much. And there was a lot of like ex-pros that, like from Forest and County that played, and they were all so good, even though they were a bit overweight and like, had lost their fitness by then. But their touch was unreal. And I was just running, like doing it to keep my fitness and trying to improve like my distribution as a goalkeeper and stuff. But yeah.
When you obviously then reach the pinnacle, right, win the Euros, you save a penalty, that those moments that you had, did you ever think at that time, after that, you think back to those times at the park or the times where it was difficult for you?
Definitely. I think that like when we won at Wembley in 2022, that was like the first thing that came to my mind.
Really?
When the whistle went, was just like, oh my God, it was worth it. Like it was worth all that pain, heartache, all people not believing in me. And I felt like I'd given back to my family and the people who'd really believed in me for all those years.
God, totally. Your family seem amazing as well.
Yeah, they're
we see
really
them.
top.
Are you quite a reflective person, would you say?
Yeah, I would say so. I think because of different things that I've experienced. Like I like to have a laugh. I like to, I like to work hard, but also football, whilst it is my life in a lot of ways, it's not the only thing in my life. I think that's what I struggled with at that time that we spoke about. Is like, and I don't know how you guys feel about this as well, but like when you're a footballer and being the person as well as a footballer and not having your identity as an athlete and your identity as a person, like mixing, like trying to have two different things, like you can go home and be yourself and not just be on all the time. Like, I don't know.
Was there anything like during that, when watching from home, and obviously being in a major tournament myself, you try and keep yourself in a bubble.
Yeah.
Was it? But it's so hard because it did capture the nation, right? It's so hard to keep yourself in that bubble. Was there anything that really was one particular person maybe who reached out to the group or even afterwards? There's one point you thought, oh, this is big now.
I think speaking to Sir Alex after, like when like the United go, so it's me, Alessia, Tooney and Keats at the time, we got presented at Old Trafford with like, as European champions. And then we're in the director's box watching the game. I don't even remember what United game we were watching. Like, just that sums everything up of just how much of a blur it was. But Sir Alex, like, came over and spoke to us, but spoke about specific moments in the tournament. And he spoke about like a specific save I made against Sweden. And I was just like, this is a joke. Like, what is going on here?
Tipped it over the bar.
Yeah, that one. Come on.
No, because I remember, because that summer, I was in Spain that summer.
Okay.
And I was gutted that I wasn't here.
Right.
Because like you said, it took over the nation. Did you realise how big it was going to be like at the start of the competition? Because Old Trafford was sold out, Brighton was sold out, Wembley was just like you couldn't get a ticket.
No.
So did you realise at the beginning, because again, like what Crouchy said there, you're in a bubble, and sometimes when you're wrapped in that bubble, but it's probably easy to see because it was in this country, but you didn't realise like how huge it was.
Yeah,
like, it was massive.
It was massive, and all the games that we played at the Euros were sold out. But even then, like it still felt very much in the women's football bubble.
Yeah.
And we would like go for a coffee. We'd stay at the hotel and we'd walk around the streets and go for a coffee. And no, like sometimes in our England gear, like no one would do that anymore. But no one was bothered. It was just and the games were advertised all around us, but no one was bothered. That's wrong. But like it was still very much within a small community of people. And then when we got to the semi-finals, you could feel people like talking to us in the street. And then after we won was like a completely different kettle of fish. Like the game just went crazy. Yeah.
And then obviously, so I suppose that culminates in you've got an MBE, right?
I do. Yeah. Somehow managed to scrape one of those. Don't know how I got on the list.
How often do you drop that one in? Do you do it on the old little select? When you put your name in or put your bill in or something? Do you
just at the end of every email or something like that.
No, I don't. But whenever if I get a letter or something, think, bloody hell, that's just weird, that, isn't it? That is absolutely
Is it on your letters?
Sometimes it's on my letters, yeah. I mean, I obviously
wow.
don't put it there, but people address me as that sometimes.
Love that.
Yeah.
But I mean, how has your life changed from kind of that moment to this moment, you know, beforehand, like before and after the tournament?
Oh, it's totally different. I think the Euros was like a big increase for me, but the World Cup was like mental. World Cup, sports personality, after those, it was it felt like women's football wasn't just women's football anymore. It was football, but it was also part of like entertainment. Like people were talking about it. They were talking about you off the pitch, like who you are as a person, what you look like. So that was just, it was a crazy new world to enter.
How difficult is that? Like, you know, like that people digging into kind of, you know, your life away from football as well, because I mean, certainly as a Premier League player in the men's game, that's just a given, right? You felt like you were just thrown into that. The minute I played for England was the minute I opened my whole life to everything. And obviously that's worked in some ways great, and some ways, but you can't take it back.
No,
you know what I mean? It's like whatever you've done on the pitch it's been a good thing, but you then can't take that back on. I don't want this anymore.
Yeah, so you're already thrust into it. Yeah.
How did you find that?
I found that difficult. I think that I don't mind people saying stuff about my football, like we're in the court of public opinion, like that's just kind of how it is. But also I felt like I fell into it accidentally because of, like, you know, us having the success that we've had and different things. Like, we never had that before. So like when I signed up to football, it was not for that, you know. There wasn't this like Premier League lifestyle or anything like that. I mean, it's still not for a lot of players now. Like, it's just and it's so, I feel like you can't compare the two at all, but I'm trying to reference your point is like to have that as a surprise factor of like, oh, this, like you feel like, well, this is what I want. I know that's what comes with the Premier League. You don't like it or you don't want it, but you know it's coming. Whereas in women's football, I had no idea it was coming, and just one day it happened. And I think as a woman, I don't know if you guys have had instances where you felt like not safe as well. Like if people have, you know, like if you're in the dark and you're walking home alone, you might cross the road if you feel uncomfortable. Whereas like if people kind of creep up on you, which you as a, I don't know, like maybe I'm just being a bit stereotypical, but as a woman also that can be quite scary. I don't know.
Yeah,
so
of
it's
course.
a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there wasn't, that's such an interesting point, that there wasn't that blueprint before? Like you wouldn't have expected to become a Premier League player, but you saw these very famous people that were playing in the Premier League before, and a certain rock star lifestyle with some of them. But there wasn't, that didn't really necessarily
Do you feel like
exist
that's
before.
a stereotype? Do you feel like it's not rock star?
Well, it's not, because I think everyone who plays football has done it for the right reasons. They're not doing it to become anything.
Right.
No, they're doing it because they love the game, right?
Yeah,
and I think that's just a byproduct of it. And I think quite often, certainly when you got in the England squad, I don't think there was probably enough care with the young players. I think there is now, but I think, you know, I was a young player, say I was reasonably old. I think of Wayne Rooney at 18. I mean, I was 23, 24 and I got in the England squad. But all of a sudden, I'm thrust in front of 30 journalists in a press conference before a World Cup, and I'm just expected to be very well spoken, not say anything wrong. You know, if you're 18, 19-year-old kid, you know, it's a difficult thing to do. And those at the time, the press were very much trying to make you slip up and say the wrong thing. So you've got all these versed journalists who've been to university, and a kid who's, you know, just wanted to play football his whole life is in that environment. It's hard, right? It's a hard thing to deal with. But I suppose with your scenario, you girls was kind of the trailblazers, really, for what did you feel that? Did you feel a weight of kind of legacy, because no one's done it before you, right? And you went and done that, and now there'll be so many more girls that want to go and play football because of what you've achieved.
Yeah, sorry, Chris, I cut you off before, but I was...
No, we do that all the time.
Oh,
it's fine. You carry on.
I feel right at home. No, I'm joking. No, I think that's exactly the thing of like we didn't know what was coming. We didn't know what to expect. There was no blueprint before. There was no path. Like even growing up, everything we've done has been pioneering something new. And I think we're fortunate that the women before us helped carve the path that we walked, but we felt they were really, unseen, untread, and we've now done that so that the people after us can have a much better experience than what we did, have better opportunities. And I think that's probably the thing that I'm most proud of all the trophies, is like trying to leave the game in a better place and trying to leave that legacy. But yeah, it's changing all the time. It's evolving all the time. And it's very unknown where everything's going to go. And I think men's football and women's football is so different. I think that's probably the thing that kind of is the trap that people fall into, is comparing it all the time.
Yeah.
And like, it's totally different. Like,
well, explain why, because I remember talking to Kaz Carney about this, and, and people back then when they were obviously all the girls were coming onto TV and they were going, look, obviously when you're in the green room and offset, they're like, this is like, why are we getting thrown into this? And it's totally different. It's obviously the same game. It's two teams. It's the same rules. Explain why, because I hear that so many times and people might go, well, why is it so different? Why is the women's game so different to the men's game? But in your opinion, why is that? Why do you see it as such a big thing?
I think, like, first and foremost, physically, men and women are very different. Like, our bodies do different things, different makeups, muscle masses, speeds, like, you know, and that affects people's ability to sprint after a ball, or like how quick the game is, or whatever. Like, technically, obviously, that's a different conversation. I think you'll find some incredibly technical players in the women's game, some not so technical, and in the men's game you find some incredibly technical, and then also some not so technical players. Like, everybody has a different role, but I feel like in women's football people are waiting to ridicule that all the time, whereas in men's football, like, I think, you know, obviously the Premier League especially is in the limelight a lot and people want to ridicule certain things, but I feel like with women it's like always the same comments and memes of like the same stuff, and if it happened in the men's game it's not as focused on. But I think in general, like, the women's game also was banned for a long period of time, so hasn't had the opportunity to progress as much. It is progressing now, and it has been for some time. And I do believe women's sports as a whole all over the world is on a train that you can either get on or get out of the way of. Like, it's not stopping whether you like it or not. But I think sometimes you get into this thing of, well, I prefer men's football. All right, watch that then. Yeah. Like, you don't have to tell like, that's fine. Like, I enjoy both men's and women's football for the different offerings. Like, you know, you don't judge, like, what's that? I don't know. Albert Einstein has a quote. I was going to make it all philosophical, and then I thought, we're in the pub. What am I doing?
There's a podcast for that. It's not this one.
What am I doing?
Brilliant. But I have a similar thing. Like, when I do the radio, I'll say, I do Capital Breakfast Show. That's my show that I do. And when someone asks me about it, they'll often say, like, I don't listen. And I've always found that kind of like opinion really.
But it's strange.
Like, okay.
Thanks for letting me know. Like,
no, I get that a lot as well. I get that. I've no idea who you are, but can I have a picture?
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck? Why?
Yeah, exactly. And if I say no, exactly. If
people do say
no,
that, they try and put you down, and then it's a mad one.
Yeah,
quite often that happens.
Happens a lot.
Yeah,
like, I don't know if it's a nervous thing that people do.
Yeah, I think it might be.
I didn't know why you did that. Like, why did you do that? But can I get a picture now? Oh, will you just sign this for my uncle's dad's brother's dog or something? You're like, just. I don't know. You will get it way more than I do, but I just can't. It is strange. Like, this need to express an opinion. Like, I don't. Yeah,
it is a strange one, that. But talk us through the book then. What we expect from the book. It feels very honest. It feels like you've bared your soul a little bit.
I have, and I know not everyone will appreciate that. Like, you know, I'm not expecting everyone to. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. That's normal. But I think I've been really honest, really authentic about my experiences in my life, personally and professionally. And that's new for me because, as I say, I've always been pretty closed and kept like my private life and my personal life my private life and my professional life very separate. But yeah, I've been open about so many different things, just what I've experienced, who I am as a person, how I've come to certain decisions in my life and career. And I hope that people can relate to it and it resonates with people. And that's what I hope. But well, I'll let you guys be the judges of it.
Crouchy wrote a good book. You did 3 of them, didn't you? Turned into a trilogy.
Yeah, well, you know, the first one went well. So I did another one. And that's how it worked. in all honesty, this podcast was born out of a book, so that might have a view, because me and Tom were just promoting the book, ended up with this podcast, and it's been going, 8-9 years later, we're still going. So
we're nearly a decade. Is there some sort of anniversary for that?
What
is it?
We're
Paper,
pretty good at that.
Silver.
Yeah. We'll have some
it's
sort of
just been
celebration.
going on years and years, and that's how these things develop. What do you see? Do you overthink your future too much, or like how do you see things playing out?
No, I mean you're enjoying Paris at the moment, right?
I love Paris.
Yeah. And you're happy there.
There.
When I've seen various videos of you online, I think you were walking around the training ground doing a few bits and pieces. And I mean, the training ground looks incredible. Like when you're kind of thinking about where you started, where you've come from, where the women's games to then walking in to that training ground and those facilities, it must be incredible.
Yeah, right. I think that like every day. Pretty much like every day I'm in the training ground. I know that sounds really stupid and soppy, but I genuinely walk in. Sometimes I'll take a little picture on Snapchat and I'll send it to, I don't know, my best mate or whatever. But I cannot believe I work here. Like, it's an actual joke. Like, it's actually insane. I went professional when I graduated from uni at whatever age that was, 21, 20, no, maybe 22. And since then I've just, done what I've loved, and it's become a mad job. And not that long ago, I was really not in the position I'm in now. I'm just so grateful for it, really.
Just for people that don't know, but PSG is like their facilities, for instance. I know there's a lot of WSL teams and facilities that are really, really good in this country, but are they like, is it one of the best around?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
From the videos, the pictures, it looks like unreal.
Like often, like you have separate bits, if you know what I mean. So the men's building, the men have a separate building, and the women and academy sort of cross over and share a little bit, but it's still really separate within the same building. It's just massive, and the pitches you could eat your dinner off, and like there's just like a specialist gym. Like we have our own, and it doesn't sound daft, but we've got our own. The women have got their own car park, and like I've not ever had that before. So I drive in, and I don't have like. The thing that they can step up is they could number all the parking spots with maybe our. If I'm being really fussy now.
Oh,
right,
she's gone. We've lost her. We've lost her.
She's gone.
Paris is gone.
Listen, I don't want to ask for too much, but yeah, when I drive in every morning, I'm just saying, I cannot believe I work here.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it.
What's the food saying? I've always got to ask this. Like, what's?
You know what? We get ridiculed for our food a lot over there. They always say how bad our food is.
That's what we got that over the course of our careers. Every foreign player that came over, they think we have ketchup on everything.
Yeah, but they don't like beans. They hate that we have beans with our breakfast.
Yeah,
I've got a big problem with that.
Like we love that here, but it's a weird concept to other countries.
But I don't get why they have what our cuisine is. What, meat and veg?
Well,
like roast dinners. English breakfast.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah. Like, what's the problem with that? I don't get it.
Do you have the signature Earps like food at the training ground? Do you remember the Riyadh? Was it Riyadh pasta? Wasn't it at City?
Oh yeah, Mahrez.
Yeah. And then all the players started having that one.
No, I have like a lot of like I'm a scrambled egg and bread kind of chica. I know, living life on the edge. And the girls always take the mick out of me for that. I think the food is quite like, I'm sorry, it's nice, but it's not, it doesn't knock my socks off, like I'm just being honest.
Is this Paris cuisine in general?
Just French cuisine.
I love it.
I'm just being honest. I'm sorry. That's my truth. It's nice.
Yeah.
But like, I think also over here, we cook with a lot of like butter, fat, cream. Yeah. So when I went over there and I was like, oh, this is actually just vegetables and like chicken. That's why they're so healthy. That's why you go over there and they're all really slim and in shape, I think, because we eat rubbish. Like even like the pastries and stuff, they're not thick with butter and sugar like you think you are. I think, oh my God, this looks unreal and it's lighter than air. And I think I need like 7 more.
Yeah. It's no Greggs, is it?
No, it's no
Greggs.
Come on now.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen. Good luck with PSG, obviously, and good luck with the book.
Thank you very much.
And I know you've got lots of other big plans while you're over here at the moment, but good luck with those as well.
Thank you very much.
We've got a few little messages. Would you be right to just go through them with us? Just we'll put you into our podcast world if you don't mind.
I would love that.
Apologies in advance for some of the language in it.
Any questions, just ask.
Any questions? Just please ask. I mean, It starts with Crouchy, one ball and ginge.
Crouchy. Okay.
Regards to your families, long-time listener, first-time emailer. I was listening to the podcast recently about paint colours, specifically Tancock. If you're thinking about doing paint colours, you're going to need to think up some other ways of describing them. For example, the colour white is never just white, it's brilliant white. Some suggestions below. Paints well bonfire orange. This is a deep orange that goes on with ease. The colour to choose when you want to shake up the dressing room. You've got pewter crouch, a tall, elegant colour with grey undertones that stands head and shoulders above the rest.
Nice. Here we go.
Nice.
Crystal stark, ice pale blue, frosted like glass. The one colour for a ballroom effect. The colour to choose when you want to Chumbawamba. Love the pod. That's from Gareth Jones.
There's a bit of context.
If you were a paint colour, what would you be? You'll get this nowhere else or no other interview.
No,
ever.
I can safely say no one has ever asked me this question before.
Yeah.
But
vibrant,
maybe like a greeny colour.
Yeah.
I'm into my greens.
Okay.
Little emerald. Don't know.
Nice.
We need to play on words, don't we? But yeah.
So I get this. So he's kind of basically saying we need to elaborate on the Tancock, sort of like what's it going to be? Is it going to be a deep or is it going to be a light? What?
Yeah, well, look, I don't know what it's going to be because we've kind of thrown it out there now. We're going to see what comes back. Hopefully this paint company can get involved and we'll see how it is from there.
Yeah, we develop our own paint.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's move on. Dear all, apologies for these. It's a very
I'm lost, but I'm enjoying it. Yeah, go on.
I will resist all the usual insulting intros, but I'm a big fan of the podcast from the start. Hearing the Owen Hargreaves episode was great. Naturally, there's been a lot of talk about Oktoberfest, but there are a couple of points which would make your visit to Munich a reality, not needing to wait until October. There's an Indian restaurant called the Samrat here in Munich.
No way.
Was my local Indian was the Samrat.
Oh, cool.
God rest its soul. Forget Oktoberfest. The more local one in March is more appropriately named after Chris. The Stark Beer Fest.
Okay. This sounds good.
Beer's minimum 7.5 to be a part of it. Generally not such a tourist destination. The league may be in the bag for Harry Kane by this time and able to get him on as a guest on the pod with Owen as an additional co-host.
This is brilliant.
We're basically trying to blag a free trip to Munich to do the Oktoberfest.
I mean, it sounds like you've
Have you ever
got the
done
reasons.
Munich? Have you ever done Oktoberfest?
I've never done Oktoberfest. I've been to Munich, a few times. I played in Wolfsburg. So,
Right. How was
I've been
that?
there a bit. Playing in Wolfsburg.
Yeah.
It was good. They were an unbelievable team. We won the league and the cup over there. And I feel like it was my first introduction to playing for like a really top European team. And I've played for a few like great clubs since, and I'm very, very grateful. But yeah, Germany was very strict, like completely different culture, and I didn't know the language at all when I went over, so that was challenging. But yeah,
cuisine,
really great time.
cuisine. Where are we preferring the cuisine?
I'm gonna go
to Paris.
You know what? Germany's good. Like simple.
Got your bangers
Does what
and
it says.
mash.
That's what I'm saying. Just what you need on the plate.
That's it.
It's right there.
Love it.
You know, when you went to PSG and you started there, how was that move in terms of just sort of imposing yourself, especially as a goalkeeper? Were you able to go in there with a sort of full confidence, or did it feel like, because there was so much talk and noise around that move, was it a bit of a battle to not let it intimidate you as a massive club and obviously a massive high profile signing? Yeah,
I think I went in with full of confidence. Like, I think when you start a new chapter and you move to a new club, you're like, well, I can't speak on behalf of everyone, but I think normally you feel really, come on, let's go for it. And I did when I went there. I think women's football there is not as advanced as here. So that was kind of taking a step back in time. But I kind of made that move for a number of different reasons, but I wanted to just focus on football. That's, the facilities and everything. And at first it was difficult with the noise a little bit, but also just transitioning, new club, new culture. They do things so differently over there. And my big English personality, I didn't know, how it would be received. But the girls have been amazing with me, and I've loved it, and they're incredibly, incredibly talented. And I feel like I'm learning every day. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. But it was hard at the beginning for sure.
And how's your French coming on?
It's not bad. It's improving.
Is it?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm taking lessons. My French teacher actually texted me this morning, double checking we are still on for our lesson tomorrow. So yeah, I try and get a lesson in like once a week. And yeah.
But then when you do the lesson, do you then have to sort of deploy the French in the next match? Like, are you introducing it slowly, or are you sort of banking it up and then you're just going to go fully French?
No, I don't think... it's one of them where I can understand more than I can speak. And if you ask me a question, it's probably going to take me like 5 to 10 working days to get back to you.
Yeah.
Like, because it's just so hard to like, oh, I can understand what you're saying, but I can't formulate a sentence.
Yeah. Do you try and learn football talk?
Yeah, football
mainly?
talk first, because that is such an important part of my job.
So it's a lot of French swearing?
No, I don't swear in French. Ish. Yeah, maybe a little. But yeah, I have to be able to communicate. And a lot of the French girls actually don't speak English or like that good English. That good English, neither do I apparently. And yeah, so to be able to tell them like left, it's such a big part of the way my style of goalkeeping, communication is a massive part. So yeah, I had to learn it quick. I got a French sheet of like football vocabulary from the goalkeeper coach in like one of the first weeks, and I was overwhelmed.
What sort of stuff's on there? What sort of bollocking defenders?
Yeah,
kind of
right, left, get up, get back, mark your player.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Because it's always the goalies that
Tough
have to
to
go
do,
at the
it's true that,
defenders.
yeah,
But
but
imagine trying to do that in
organisation.
French all of a sudden as well.
And solve a problem in French when you can't speak French is quite challenging.
Yeah.
I suppose because it's so quick fire as well. You want to just say it in English because you want to be quick.
No, exactly.
And to think about the translation is difficult.
It's so hard, especially if as a goalkeeper as well. Like obviously that's a big leadership position. So if there's a part of the pitch that's not working out, and you know it's like you're in formation and you're doing your game plan, but sometimes things change, or you know there's an individual bit of brilliance, or you want to give an extra bit of detail from something you can see because you can see the whole pitch. To try and communicate that in real time. And find the right words that people are going to understand is challenging. But yeah, I'm working at it.
Can't wait to hear you breaking out the French.
Oh, without doubt.
Not on this podcast.
No.
Je ne comprends pas.
Oh, beautiful.
Bonnet de douche.
All
Mange
that.
too, Rodney. Mange
Mange
too.
too.
Been a pleasure, Mary. Great
Thanks
having
for
you
having
on.
me, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.